All right, this next guy, this is my boy. He's gonna come up. A lot of times we worry about doing business, right? We think, well, I don't have the money, I can't do this because I don't have the money. He gonna show you how to get the money,
Yes,
right?
sir.
I used to think, that I didn't want to have I ain't want to borrow no money, you know what I'm saying? And this and that and other, I don't need them. I need to try to do it on my own. That's the reason why I suffered so long. You know what I'm saying? Because I was trying to do it on my own, right? And I didn't think that I needed other people's money. But in order to make money, you need to be able to use other people's money. Guess who got the money? The banks got the money and the government got the money. The government never run out of money. That's why I love contracting with the government. They never run out of money. And if they do, they just crank up the print machine and print some more of this shit. I'm like, I love this. You know what I'm saying? They run out, they just crank up the print machine and print some more and send me a contract to sign. You know what I'm saying? So they said, Derek, what you do? I sign contracts and checks. I like that, right? And I get money from the banks to do other business like real estate, right? Like stocks, other things to grow, right? So that's what we want to do. Dwight gonna come on up, my brother.
Let's do
and
it.
He's
Let's
gonna
do it.
talk about the funding.
Let's do it. Clap it up, y'all. Clap it up. It's how we do one thing. It's how we do everything. Come on, y'all. How we do one thing. It's how we do everything. Let's clap it up. Hey, I get excited, man, because I love talking about money. I love talking about money, y'all, because I'm broke. But my businesses are rich. And I'm going to teach y'all that, all right? I'm broke. I can't afford a lot of things I have, but my businesses can. So I'm going to teach y'all that. But I'm going to go back in time first. Tell y'all a little bit about my story. I'm not going to be too long. But I got to tell it to y'all because everything I was made me everything that I am. All right? So I was the only child for 10 years. So I was one of them kids in my room by myself. So what that kind of got me is it taught me vision. I had to play by myself. I had to be creative. So that's what that was molding me into, right? So my mother worked, single parent. So I was in the streets. All right. So the streets was my first family. Streets was my first love, like almost everybody. I was a street guy. I started shooting dice, gambling, probably like 11, 12. Started selling drugs about 12, 13. I was in the streets, bad in school, suspensions, fights. I did all that, right? But the gangs, I was a gang banger. But gangs kind of taught me something though. It taught me loyalty because basically we had to fight at school. And if you ain't fight, when you got back to the hood, you had problems, you know what I'm saying? So it kind of taught you teamwork almost. So even some of the bad things that I learned, because environment does shape us. All of us got PTSD. We came from the ghetto.
For sure.
We all do. For real, we all deserve a check.
Yeah.
That's just where we was born from. For real. All right, so from that though, my mother asked me one question though, right? Because I was popular in school. I was that dude. I've been popular like all my life, from elementary. I was that dude. But my mama asked me a question. She told me, I was a junior in high school. She said, name one thing that you have done that you're proud of. And then right at that moment, I'm like, I couldn't name one thing. Because the things that I was proud of, I couldn't tell my mother. I couldn't say, hey, I'm proud. I sell drugs. I'm the man. I shoot dice and I'm good with looking them in 7-Eleven. I got a lot of women, you know, I'm thinking like all the things that I thought that was good. I'm like, you know, I got a lot of people following me, but I'm like, dang, I couldn't name one thing that I was proud of. That right there started changing my mindset. Cause I started at that point on, I was like, let me just try to do something that I can be proud of. So finally, the first thing I think I won like first place at like a rap contest. I said, okay, Mom, I'm proud of that. Right? So I just kept doing it. I graduated from high school. I'm the only one of my whole crew that I grew up with that graduated from high school. So I said, okay, I did that. After I left there, I went to the military. I ain't had no father figure. So when I be around people like Derek, when I see people like Cash Flow Jeff, I smile because they don't even know it, but they like a father figure to me. Because I never had that. So when I see an older man, especially a knowledgeable one that came from where I came from, I just soak it all in. I love seeing them. I just feel that energy and I try to learn from them. I try to learn. I try to learn from what they doing good, and I want to learn from their mistakes. You can learn a lot from a dummy. You can learn a lot from a dummy, meaning that you're not gonna make the same mistakes that they made if you pay attention.
Right.
So, military was the first time a man ever yelled at me, but military taught me discipline. When I had to get up in the morning, had to PT, I had to keep working out when I'm tired. It taught me that. So all this is what I'm saying is shaping me to the man I am today, right? So I left there. I started working the job, USD. I'm from Gary, Indiana. I was working out there. I got fired from there. Moved to Indianapolis, Indiana. Ended up catching the case. Went to prison. I thought my life was over. I'm a felon now, right? So I thought my life was over. But I got out of prison. I got through that. Then after prison, I ended up getting a pretty good job working construction. I did that for like 16, 17 years. Raising my son, raising my family, did all that, breaking my back, working hard, right? But I knew I didn't want to do this for the rest of my life though. I was always a leader though. I was always that dude. I just didn't feel like I had no talent. I used to always try to save my way into entrepreneurship. So I used to work construction. I made good money. I'm like, man, I'm gonna save $10,000, $15,000 and I'm gonna invest it. I just invest my hard work, earn money. Y'all don't know. Y'all, that's hard.
Yeah.
That's real hard. Because
Yeah.
if something happen, it's hard. You got to take care of your bills, your entrepreneurship bills, all this stuff.
Yeah.
That's hard trying to do that. You can't save yourself to that. But I didn't know that because I was always taught to stay away from credit. I don't know about y'all. Anybody ever heard that before? Like don't like stay away from credit. Like it'll have you in debt. That's how I was brought up. So that was my mentality. I thought I had to cash out. I thought cash was king. If you ain't copping with cash, you ain't nobody. But I didn't learn different, y'all. That was stupid. That's the dumbest stuff I ever heard in my life. Once I learned what I learned. But when COVID happened, I told myself I ain't going back to work. My credit was bad. And I was just like, man, I want to get my credit fixed. So I'm going to credit people, trying to figure out like, how can I get my credit? I didn't even understand credit. Because really, I ain't had bad credit. What I had was high credit card utilization. And if your credit card utilization is high, your credit gonna be bad. So I thought I had bad credit, but I didn't understand why. So I want to teach y'all like financial literacy of credit. Because I thought I'm going to a credit repair company. That's why sometimes y'all call credit repair people scams, is because y'all not educated. A lot of people is just not educated. And then a lot of credit repair companies, they don't do their due diligence and really check your credit. Because a lot of times you don't need credit repair. Just pay. I tell them, they come to me, man, pay your credit card utilization down and it go to $750, $800. Don't pay me. Pay your debt down. But a lot of people don't know that. A lot of people don't know that because they don't understand credit, right? So when I got my first mentor and he taught me about financial literacy, that changed my life. Changed my life. So y'all don't need money. I know it's a lot of people that already spoke today. And y'all might not want to do government contracting. Y'all might not want to be a credit repair company. But I'm going to teach y'all the tactics that I personally use that y'all can be what y'all want to be. Because everybody in here can be something different and probably want to be something different. So I'm going to teach y'all the gem, right? So I know a lot of time we hear about like we can't get funded if we got a new LLC. Like my guy said, hey, I'm going to prove it, right? So it is banks that do take new businesses. So this is $50,000 worth of gain, but your credit got to be right. All right, you got to get your credit right. And it's not about your credit score. Let me start there first. A 750, a 800 credit score do not get you funding. All right, it'll get you a car, that's easy. You go to real estate, they go off your middle score. But when it comes to business fund, they go off the data points. So your profile got to be structured out correctly. And if your profile is structured out correctly, you can get funding. All right. That's no late payments in the last 2 years. That's an automatic denial if you do. So you got to clean that up. No bankruptcies. No derogatory remarks. You want at least a major credit card. Majors like a Capital One, something like that. You want at least a major credit card on your profile for at least 6 months with on-time payments. Payment history. All right. Increase, you want 2 or less. So once you got a profile built out like this, now you can go for funding. Now you can go get money. You can go to Wells Fargo with a new LLC. But as long as you focus on your credit, oh, I'm sorry, most important, credit card utilization has to be under 10%. I know we hit 30%. 30% is cool. 30% to get you around 680, give or take. All right, that under 10% of how you excellent, 750 plus. That's where you want to be, because the banks are tricky. They don't loan money to y'all when it look like y'all need it. When y'all need it, when y'all like at 70, 80%, like, man, I need some money, y'all go to the bank, they gonna deny you. Because they gonna think that you're bad with money. That's how they think. You don't have a money problem. Your business ain't working or you not working. That's how they look at it. But if you can keep your stuff under 10%, they like, oh, we want to mess with you. You get anything you want if you have your credit card utilization under 10%. All right. So 10% is the key to get funding from the banks, under 10%. So now if you got a new LLC, you can go to Wells Fargo with this excellent credit profile, and they're going to I guarantee you, they're going to give you anywhere from $5,000 to $50,000 off a new LLC. So there's no reason why nobody can't walk out here with $50,000 if you need it. Focus on your credit first. After you get your credit right, you can go to banks like Wells Fargo and you can get that bag. All right, $5,000 to $50,000. But if you structure it out like I tell you, you're going to at least get about $25,000 to $50,000. As long as your credit card utilization is under 10%. That's the key. Especially right now, banks are scared. So y'all, it's best to keep it under 10%. So a lot of times people are like, I don't want a lot of credit cards. I want, like, man, get as much credit if you want as you can. I'm trying to get to $1 million. Why? Because now my 10% is at 100,000. I could be $100,000 in debt, but to them, got good credit. So the more credit you get, it's the better. It's really the better. As long as you got to know how to manage it, though. Just got to know how to manage money. All right. So that's another play. Navy Federal. I know I saw people with Lambos. I know people got money. Once we start making money, a lot of times we don't want stuff to report. Like cars. Cars are like the worst investment ever. They the worst. They don't do nothing for your credit report. They hurt you if you have a late payment or you get a repo, but they do nothing for you. They actually kill you with your debt to ratio. So I got to play like with Navy Federal. They don't report at all. You can call Navy Federal and be like, hey, I want to report this on my business or my personal credit. Navy Federal is the only bank that I know that does this. I don't know no other bank that do it. It may or may not be, but Navy Federal is the bank that do that. Right? They won't report because sometimes, and these business owners, they'll tell you, and sometimes you don't even want us to report to your business. You might want some funding, and they might be saying, hey, your debt too high because of your cars. So sometimes you got to hide those too, right? Especially like with me, like I told you, I'm broke. I can't afford nothing. But I just went and bought a 580 Benz, right? But like I said, I'm broke. So you know what I do? This is what I do. Okay, this car note is $1,600 a month. How I'm going to pay for it? So what I did was I went and got 3 cars. I went and got 2 Camrys and a Honda. I bring them out to Uber drivers. It pays for themselves, plus pay and profit $500 each. Take that $1,500, now I got a Benz. Bam, I know how to leverage. I'm the leverage king. So before I go buy something, I try to figure out how can I get this to pay, right? And then like Derek said, I delegate it. So I got a marketing of somebody that we do a 75-25% split. So he take care of all them cars for me. He rent them out, he do everything. All I do is just get a check. And then I take that check and I pay for my car. So the way I got my life set up, I always think about, before I do something, how can I make this pay for itself? Exactly. So even if I don't make $1 into my business fund or none of my businesses, I know I got something that's already working and paying for something. All right, let me see. That's another thing. Y'all want to get into the car game. Easy. Bank of America. The only bank that I do know, you're going to get 4 cars in your business name. 4 at the same time. Use marketing consultant though, huh? Okay. Use marketing consultant though on your application. Consultant don't work no more. That's a high risk business. Marketing consultant is what I've been personally using, and that's been working for me. Even when y'all go for funding, that's a good one to use. So you get 4 cars at the same time, and you can let these cars pay for themselves or generate your income. So that's what I'm good at. Like I said, is leveraging. So that's another play. So I did the Teletrack, did the BOA. I think that was it with the plays. I just got my good friend Paul. This is my biggest funding ever though, y'all. So I'm happy about this, right? I just got one of my, he was my first client ever too. I only been doing this for 3 years. But I just got him $1.5 million in funding. So I'm ready to go out to the big shots. Like, look what I just did. You know what I mean? So, and then 1.2 of that was with one bank. Yeah, 1.2 was with one bank on top of that. So I didn't have to really even stack them up like that. Right now, everybody should know what Chase is giving out the bag. If you have your credit profile set up, like I said, y'all go to Chase. They giving out $75,000 credit cards, business credit cards. So I love money. It's so many. If y'all got any questions or anything, I'm gonna give y'all anything that y'all want. I can tell you how to get money, because that's the best. That's how you become a wealth creator. Because you're gonna be broke trying to do this on your own. Yeah. You gotta use other people's money to make money. Mm-hmm. You can't save yourself up to $1 million, but you can borrow yourself up to it. Mm-hmm. It's really simple. It's really easy. I love this game. And a lot of people be like, well, you get 100,000, you got to pay that back. I don't care, because you know what? I'm going to generate income. If I get $100,000 from the bank, this is my first mindset. All right, okay, how much I got to pay back monthly? I figured that out. Okay, I'm going to pay that back. I'm going to generate something that's going to make me money to pay that back, pay my employee, and pay myself. And I keep rotating. So what happens to my account? My account keep growing. I become a wealth creator by borrowing somebody else's money. So if something happens to that business, I don't lose my money. I be telling people, they be like crazy. They be like, I don't want to borrow money. I'm going to use my own money. I'm like, why? Keep your money in your pocket. I mean, Floyd Mayweather, one of the richest person, he always talk about OPM. If he ain't using his money, I be wondering, like, why y'all middle class people using y'all money and rich people ain't doing it? Right. Like, that's the most stupidest thing ever. I'm like, why? So if you take risk with your money, your 20,000 you done saved up, and you lose, now you broke. I take 20,000 a day money, I lose. I felt bankruptcy. I still got my 20. For real. and then most of us from the streets, I be talking to them like my man said, be mindset, right? But they won't borrow. The same people that you're talking about, they ain't gonna go to the bank and borrow money. But if a drug dealer say, hey man, I'm gonna front you a key, they gonna take that though. It's the same front from the bank. Yeah. But if they front you a key, you're gonna be like, all right, man, I just want 40 back. The first thing his mind is what? I'm gonna at least make 50 and I'm gonna repeat. That's how most drug dealers is on. So they'll take that key and they'll make sure, okay, I gotta pay the plug back 40,000. So I'm gonna make 50, pay him back, and I'm gonna repeat. I say, hey bro, that's the same in business. I can get you a $50,000 loan. You pay that back, make 70, and you repeat. It's the same doggone thing. But I don't get it. I try to preach it to them even that way. They still don't get it. They still don't get it. But for the people that do though, I mean, like I said, this changed my whole life. This changed my life right here. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, I'm gonna ask one question to like Jeff. Because I know my boy Cash Flow Jeff be getting it in, right? But let me ask you a question though, Jeff. If you lost it all today, do you think you would better get it back? Yeah. Derek?
Absolutely. No question.
You know why, y'all? I knew they was gonna say that. Because generation wealth is not passed down through money. They gonna get it back because of the knowledge they got. Mm-hmm. Generation wealth is passed down through knowledge. So I don't care if we leave today and we leave our kids $1 million, they gonna blow it if they don't have the knowledge. Right. Like they said earlier, I mean, education is good. He said it, but education without execution is worthless. It's worthless. So we have to pass down knowledge. And that's why we confident. I lost it all today. I'm cool. People be like, dang, man, I just lost 150,000. I'm not stressing about it, but you asked me that about 10. I be talking to somebody like, man, I can't believe I just lost $150,000. And if you'd have told me I would have had $150,000 10 years, I would thought you talking crazy. If I go back, talk to the old me, say, hey, bro, you're going to have $500,000, but you're going to lose 150. I'm like, nigga, you crazy. Like, I'm not tripping because we problem solvers. All I try to figure out is how to get it back. And with time, I know I will. It's that simple. But if anybody got any questions, I ain't gonna hold y'all too long. I get excited when I talk about money, so I'm sorry, but I get into it, man, because I love this though. But if anybody got any questions or anybody want to ask anything, I want to leave somebody with some type of gem that I can pass. And I want to be able to help y'all, you know, change y'all life and maybe somebody else's life. What's up, Nikki?
So, what's the best credit card that you recommend with like the best like reward?
Reward points, it depends. It depends on what it is. You got like different credit cards for different categories. Like I use my American Express, one of my American Express, I think my Hilton one, I use that for gas because it gives me 5%. So whatever category, it's about categories. It ain't really about like one card. So when I do my ad spends, I use my Gold American Express. So it's like different things that I use different credit cards for. So you can ask ChatGPT or you can Google like which card gives you the most reward points. So I do like reward points. So I'm gonna use that credit card for that category. My American Express Blue, when I go to the grocery store, I'm gonna use that. So I almost got them like memorized at this point. Yeah, when I go to gas, I'm gonna use my American Express Hilton. So, cause that's 7%. Money make money. So it's even like another play I always do. Like anybody go on like cruise ships? Anybody like cruises? All right, I'm giving y'all a gem on the cruise. Y'all go on the cruise for free. As long as y'all got y'all credit right, y'all got y'all bag right. Y'all go on the cruise, y'all card is gonna become y'all credit card. Y'all room keeps y'all credit card. So y'all go there, y'all ask them for $50,000 in chips, right? They're gonna charge that basically to your room, to your credit card. But when I make that play, I get 7% off that play. I'm not even gonna gamble. I take that $50,000, I cash it right back in. I just made $3,200.
What? Off the chip?
Off reward points.
Off the card. The reward points.
Off reward points. Off reward points. I'm trying to get my Hilton up to 50,000 because it gives me 10 times. If you got a venture card, they give you 10 times. So that's $5,000. That's $5,000. So basically y'all went on a cruise for free.
He said Capital One venture card?
Yep, give you 10%. 10%.
So
Yep.
G, my score now is like 750, right? So I've been getting all these credit cards off of you saying to keep getting the credit cards?
Yeah, if you want to do a credit card stack, if you really want to do it.
That's what I'm saying though, but you say that's how you build up your credit. You could build up there. In China, you say venturing out on an LLC, right?
Yeah, you want to build up your business credit.
I remember one time this is my spot. Remember that time we were talking about, just get one card and pay off that one card, get a small one and pay it off for 10 years. Because I keep on getting the offers. That's what I'm saying, the credit card.
Yeah, take them.
So take them. I'm saying that what you were telling me.
Yep, take them.
So it's like you said, just flipping the game like we used to be in the street.
Well, that play he just gave with the cruise ship.
Right.
That's
free right there, right?
I mean, I don't do cruises, but if I did, I'd definitely run that play.
Right.
Yeah.
That's a gem.
Yeah.
Your cruise is for free.
Cruise for free. Yeah.
Venture card report to your personal. I know one they don't Capital One.
It depends, because you can get venture on your personal and your business. You can get one on your business as well.
Yeah, but do the business one, that's what I meant, I'm sorry. Do the business one report?
Yep, it does. Yep. But I gave with that is just to pay it right back. That's just the reward points. Yeah, you can do the same thing. And I live in Las Vegas, so you can do the same thing in Vegas. You can go get a room, a bungalow suite, It comes with a butler. So when I go there, right, get a nice penthouse room, and basically I tell a butler, hey, go downstairs, give me $50,000 in chips. They gonna charge it to my room. I take them chips back, don't gamble. Bam, I just paid for my room on reward points. Them reward points is strong. Yep. Yep.
Yeah, okay.
Can you find
Yeah.
how can you find out who reports to who?
A lot of
Like,
Go ahead.
I heard something about something called a credit board
Yep.
or something like that, but I
Yep.
went to the credit board. I couldn't figure that thing out.
Yep.
So how do you find out? So what I'm talking about, for y'all who don't know, certain banks pull from certain companies pull from certain credit reports.
Mhm.
So in order to keep your inquiries down and things like that,
Yep.
you want to go to certain ones. So
Yep. That you can do that, and I like the Facebook groups.
oh,
So you target the cars you want, and then a Facebook group where they'll tell you, I just got approved for this, and you know they limit, and they'll just tell you it pulled from a Experian, or you can call the I can't think of their name, the relationship managers at the bank. They'll tell you too.
okay,
Yeah, the relationship managers. That's who you really want the plug with.
yeah,
So when you want to go and get funding, that's who you want to talk to, relationship manager. You can't get those high limit credit cards that everybody getting if you do it online. You have to do it through a relationship manager. They the only ones to give you them high limit credit cards, the RMs.
So you could just get. So what about just get the cards and then use it?
No, you don't want to.
They don't do that.
You want to use them use them for stop using your debit cards. They don't do
Absolutely.
nothing for you.
Don't never use your
Yeah.
debit card.
So basically, start using for gas, food. You got to work yourself up. So I would use it for gas, pay it off. Gas, pay it off. Because now what you're doing, you're building a relationship with them, and now they gonna start liking you because they see, how you're good with money. That's how they gonna look at it. Like, oh, okay, he pay for things, he like to pay it off. So now when you go ask for some money, they're gonna give it to you because you're building a relationship by doing that.
But like you said with Capital One, they keep on offering me about that car situation you were talking about I could get financed through a car.
Right,
So that evidently, I know I got Capital One, and also got Neighbor Federal too.
right.
So the relationship I had with them,
Sound like you got a good relationship.
we have a relationship with them. It started to build up.
Yep.
So like I say, I thought about adding another card because I got another credit card. I got three. I got Capital One, Chures, a Chures card, and they give me because Neighbor Federal give me like a $25,000 credit card.
Make sure whatever credit card you get, it does something for you.
Right.
So meaning reward points. Make sure they're giving reward points and figure out like, okay, will this credit card fits my lifestyle? Like everybody want to go get the American Express Platinum card, but if you're not traveling like Derek, you really don't need it.
Right.
So it just depends on your lifestyle. And it's kind of good. You really don't need 12 credit cards. Get you 4 good credit cards with $50,000 limits. So now you want to build that relationship. So as long as you keep spending your cards and paying it, they're going to raise your limit.
Exactly.
So like my girlfriend, like that was the first play I told her. And she called me, I got 20,000. They gave me 20,000. Without calling, they have an AI system. So the more that you spend and the more you pay it off, that's how you increase your limits. And this is a gem too. So if you want to increase your limits, so say if you got like a 5, 10, just start using the card, paying it off weekly. And then after you do that, block call Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax and freeze your account. Call and ask for a credit increase. It's blocked. So what they got to do now, they have to go off your performance. So they're going to give it to you based off your performance alone. And that's how you increase to bigger limits.
Like
As
you
well.
Don't even use your debit card.
No,
Nah, I
debit
use
card is the
debit
worst
card.
thing to use. Debit card.
yeah, you got.
Yeah.
Just take your money and
Yeah.
points.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
nothing. And they ain't going to fight for you. But spend their money, you got a better chance when you need to dispute something as well.
Yeah.
And then the black web, all that, like it's a lot. Just forget a debit card. Yeah. Anybody else? I wanna help, man. I wanna help. Anybody else got any questions? We family, so.
All right, clap it up.
All right. Thank y'all. Love y'all.
Yeah, put your social,
Before.
put it up here.
All right.
So,